Hey everybody, I'm Wyatt, and today we're going to take a look at some comics that I got in a special mystery bag from Mile High Comics. Not sponsored. Alright, as you can see, this is sealed, so I do not know what's in here, but we're going to find out. And let's see what comics we have. Ooh, Justice League Task Force. Ooh, the part of the 0 Hour. Let's see. Uncanny X-Men. Ooh, one of the Max comics. So this is from a line of comics that Marvel did, where everything was a little bit more adult. It still takes place in the main Marvel universe. It's just the Max line is like explicitly for older readers. We got an issue of Wonder Man. Oh, an issue of JLA, Grant Morrison's JLA. That's a great run. Generation X. Legends of the Dark Knight. Weasel Guy and Witchblade, a one-shot. This is an interesting art style. I don't think I've ever seen more of a cartoony look with the Witchblade characters. You know, everything's always a little bit more detailed. Got Milk. And, ooh, it's an issue of Titans. Well, look that up. Blood Wolf. Oh, the original Scream movie. Now, some of you might not be as old as me, but I definitely remember these movies. They were basically... It was interesting. They were almost like, not necessarily a parody. The parody part didn't kick in until the later sequels, but the original Scream movie was very much a genuine love letter to slasher flicks, where in its own right, it was very thrilling and suspenseful in its own way, but it was knowingly playing on the different tropes of the genre at that time. Invincible Iron Man. The Blue Beetle. Oh, with a cover by Cully. Hey look, we got another issue of War Machine. Cygor. Now, I don't know too much about this character, but I do know... I remember seeing these comics in the shop. Just like this really gross yet cool looking cyborg gorilla. Oh, an issue of Doom Patrol from Grant Morrison. There's some Grant Morrison stuff in here. I love it. Ooh, a Mile High variant cover for Star Wars. That's a new series too. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then Anima. That's one I need to. I've been meaning to read. And then Digitech. This is another hard to find one. At least stateside, if I remember right, it was originally a UK only book. And then these were all in that mystery bag that I got, or at least one of them. I actually got a couple different mystery bags. Yeah, these are all part of the mystery bag that I got. So that was some good ones. I got some good ones. I'm gonna go through real quick and pick out my favorites. So I went ahead and went through the stack, and I pulled out a few favorites that I wanted to take a closer look at with you guys. And between takes, I looked it up. Digitech was originally published as part of Marvel UK. He did eventually make his way stateside, but originally the comic and this specific issue here that I have in my hands was published in the UK. It published and distributed in the UK. And then you can see the art on this is just very beautifully done. There's a lot of very, very painterly style. A lot of attention to detail, and the facial features, and just the way the lighting plays on the different objects and the foreground and everything like that. It's really cool. And then especially with the effects of Digitech himself, you can see the power. It has like a nice, beautiful glow going to it. And then there he is. The first appearance of Digitech. One of the unfortunately lesser known Marvel characters, but he is really cool. And so it's nice to have his first issue here in my hands right now. And then here we have two Grant Morrison comics. Now, those of you who may be watching the Doom Patrol show on the DC app, it takes a lot of inspiration from this run. This is the Grant Morrison run of Doom Patrol. And obviously it takes inspiration from all the different versions. But a lot of it does come from the Grant Morrison run, where very much like his Animal run and just a lot of his runs on established comic book characters and franchises, he really just digs into the absurdity and insanity of the medium and the lore, and just has a wild, crazy time. Not only is his face a clock, but you can still see his spine and his ribcage and everything going through the rest of his body. Yeah, and then see? Something like that. He always has crazy stuff in there. Now, if you haven't read Grant Morrison's run on JLA, I highly recommend it. It is one of the best runs of a Justice League comic ever. And once again, Grant Morrison really embraces the absurdity. And with the JLA specifically, you know, the way he sees it and the way he explains it, these are modern day gods. So they wouldn't be stopping bank robberies and, you know, smaller, pettier crimes. They would be out handling, you know, the problems of gods. They would be out struggling to keep giant cosmic monsters, and like here we have, it looks like parademons. He's also the one who came up with the idea that Batman has a base on Pluto, and he's also where Batman having Justice League robots came from. Grant Morrison just really goes all in on the whole, these are gods, let's give them the problems of gods. And it's really interesting to see how far he pushes it, and all the crazy imaginative stuff that he and his artists all work together, all create while working together. Now this one I actually don't know too much about it, but I noticed, of course it's X-Men, but the part that made me pull it from the pile was that it's the Toys R Us limited edition. And then I did some more research in between takes, and this is one of a handful of special comics that Toys R Us got to have, that Marvel made basically for Toys R Us. And as you can see, all the ads are specifically Toys R Us. Let's see, video game controllers and everything like that. And Toys R Us has gotten a couple over the years. I remember just a few years back during the big Marvel Secret Wars mega event, they had an Armor Wars tie-in comic that you can only get at Toys R Us. And it looks like this is, you know, something along those lines from 1993, where Toys R Us and Marvel said, hey, let's make an X-Men comic and make it exclusive to your store. And so here we are. You can have some X-Men fun while seeing some blast from the past ads from the now unfortunately gone Toys R Us. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to help the channel along, feel free to go to patreon.com/Wyattoons. You can get all sorts of special cool rewards and everything for helping support the channel, my webcomics, all that cool stuff. Pretty much anything that I make is supported by you guys on Patreon. I know the world is crazy right now. A lot of uncertainty and fear is going around. But just know that we can get through this together. We just all got to stick together. And I'm going to be doing my best to make stuff for you all to enjoy, and hopefully help bring a little bit of, you know, a little bit of a light during these dark times. And hopefully that's what this video can do and my comics can do for you guys right now, is offer a little bit of stability. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.